Hi guys, it's Ray. Today we are starting a new Tumbler project. This is something that I have been seeing. It's been around TikTok and starting to pop up more places. I don't know who originated it. The first person I saw do this was Alyssa Sarah over on TikTok. But I don't know if she was the original one or if somebody else came up with it, but that's where I first saw it. So I am going to trim this piece of vinyl from my new Butterfly Lane Designs box down to size. This is the decal I'm going to use on it, and I'm going to pick some kind of glitter. But first I'm going to start with trimming down the vinyl to size. So I'm going to measure the tumbler. So I'm going to start at 9.5. I'm going to use my edge trimmer to clean up the top and the bottom when I'm done anyways. So I'm going to do 9.5. And I don't remember if I've shown this or not. I know I showed it in a haul video, but I don't think I've showed it in practical use. We're always struggling to measure around the outside of tumblers. This is a baby head measuring tape, and I learned this from somebody also on TikTok, but it is genius because it wraps around flat for measuring around, what is that, the whole circumference of the tumbler. So, but this is like just under 10 inches. So I thought that was genius. I ordered a 3-pack from Amazon. One of them is going in my 10K giveaway this week. But this was very long. I cut off the excess because I don't see a tumbler being more than 15 inches around anything I'm going to use anyways. Okay, so this should be sized to fit pretty comfortably around the cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it by hand on my cutting mat. I'm going to line it up somewhere. Alyssa always cuts by hand, like freehand. I suck at cutting anything freehand, so I am not going to do that. She's also the first one that I saw with this Ryobi cutter. I'm going to change my blade because I opened some epoxy and stuff with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about 2 inches out of this on a diagonal. Anywhere you want. So this piece is coming out. This piece you could keep to use on another cup. We're going to set those to the side. We're going to grab our cup. Not that way. And this is going to be one of those where if it's not quite perfect, it's fine. So I'm not going to do anything flashy to apply this. I'm just going to try to get it somewhat even. And remember, I am going to use my edge trimmer on the top and bottom. So I'm going to use a felt squeegee. And then the other piece is going to get lined up And this is not going to be seamless because this is not an edge-to-edge print. But this piece is going to go joined up here. With no gap. So I think if this vinyl had been seamless, and it may very well be, I could have made it seamless if I'd really plotted and planned where my pieces were coming from. But I am fine with it not being seamless. I'm going to make this evened up. So I'm gonna put a piece on my scrap vinyl backer wrapped down here, and I'm just gonna try and cut along that line. I almost took the wrong piece out. And you could put a piece of tape here if you want something that's not going to shift and move on you. And I may actually do that because that will be easier. So I'm going to cut right along the edge of the painter's tape as neatly as I can. Again, I am not a good freehand cutter, but this will get striping, so it'll fix my boo-boos. And then this piece is going to come out. And that little triangle is going to stay on. So now I have that little swirl. That's what we're looking for. So my edge trimmer is set high, so that's good because that's what I want. I don't normally leave this big a gap at the top, but I'm going to use this laser silver. I think it'll pull the pinks because it's a holographic. And I'm going to go right over the silver. So I'm going to grab my Mod Podge and I'm going to put this on an arm. Alright, so I have my Mod Podge. I have some paper, I have a brush, everything I need. And I'm just going to work, well, I was going to work right from the bottle because I'm not going to contaminate it, but the whole outside of my paintbrush is going to get nasty, so I'm actually going to pour some off into a little cup. That little cup has some mica in it. Okay. And I already have a fully dry spot right here. I'm just not going to come up as far as where I would get my Mod Podge in the glitter when I go to do the rest. This glitter is beautiful, and this is a huge container. I will put the link down below if you're somebody that likes a holographic silver. This is a great option. Slide that to the side for a moment, and I'm going to finish. So I think that's actually pretty decent coverage. I do have a couple little spots I'm going to touch up. So I'm going to sit this down for 1 second. So I'm going to call that good. I'm going to dust this off with my little chip brush. Okay, so I did manage to get 1 coat of spray sealer on this. I really would have liked more, but our weather's just been super uncooperative, so some of my glitter may wander. Hopefully not too much. So I will be back when this coat is dry and hopefully smooth. Okay, I thought about using vinyl to stripe this. I was going to use like a bright pink metallic, but I can't cut a vinyl strip long enough to, from a 12-inch piece to do this part. Well, this one I might, no. So, I'm going to go with a nail tape. Yeah. This just becomes such a long run with the curve that my vinyl won't fit. If I'd done a 20 ounce, it would have fit, but I think. But a 30 ounce, definitely not. This was way longer than 12 inches. And I'm just going to kind of have to deal with that. I mean, this is technically the back. So unfortunately that is right at the top. But I may be able to just tap in a tiny bit of the glitter on my next coat. So I think because the nail tape is so much thinner than the vinyl it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and decal right now. I don't really think it'll be too big an issue. You can do another layer of epoxy than your decal if you're more comfortable with that. And I'm also thinking about a tiny bit of a cheat because my silver did travel a bit anyways because I only got to seal it that one time. Kind of trying to figure out where I want to place this. I want to place it so these two butterflies are actually in the silver is what I'm going to do. So it's not going to be dead center front to that back line, but I do want to make sure that the butterflies really pop off, and they'll do that best over the silver rather than over the pattern that's like similar. Okay, so I'm ready to get the epoxy on this. I have my epoxy mixed. I'm going to put in just a little bit of the Girl's Best Friend cheat. I think that'll complement the color best. And I'm talking just a little bit. It's the Diamond Dust, not the glitter version. And that is from It's Pretty Personal. Links down below. Links to Butterfly Lane down below. Okay, so I'm just watching for that little spot on the rim to come around again. Let's see if I need to try and put a little more glitter on it or if it's not as noticeable now. I can still see it a little bit, but I don't really, it's not terrible. I don't want to make it worse. So that was just a tiny sprinkle that'll soak in and should be fine. Like I said, it really wasn't that bad after the diamond dust layer, which is kind of what I suspected since it wasn't wide open to begin with. But here we go. This is how she looks. Find yourself and be that. I love the way I made it so the butterflies were placed. That was perfection. And again, that not flawless back seam because this wasn't cut to be seamless. And this beautiful gray and purple butterfly, or gray and pink butterfly vinyl. Bottom's just the glitter. So that is it. I hope you like this one, and I will see you next time.